What's up guys, Metatrucks here, and today we're playing some Ark Survival Evolved, and this is actually our first recording for this. We're going to get into some gaming stuff here on my channel, and we're pretty excited about it. And I've been playing this game for several months now, and I just absolutely love it. We're on a unofficial server. This is bestarkserver.com. The yield rates and taming and everything has all been turned up, which is so much better than the official. But it's nothing extreme, but it's pretty good. It has allowed us to build a rather large base and kind of make some cool designs. And in fact, that's actually what today's episode is all about. Before they wipe the server, they're actually going to be wiping this out and starting a whole fresh new server. Before they wipe it out, we wanted to kind of show you guys what we've done. Me, my brother, and I, we've built some pretty cool buildings and some cool designs, and we kind of wanted to show you guys maybe some inspiration for you, or just to kind of show it off, I guess. So let's get right into it. I do want to say that this server does have some mods on it, so there are some special items and building structures and things of that sort. So let's get right into it. So as you can see, we're kind of fenced in here. I am in spectator mode. This is going to help us to kind of just fly around a little bit easier, do some quick stuff, and come back to it. So I'll kind of do a quick little fly around here. You can see we have a pretty large area that's kind of fenced in. A lot of our larger dinos are just all here outside. So we're going to go ahead and start with this particular one here. This building used to be our raptor pen, kind of inspired after Jurassic Park. You could come up top here through the ladders on the outside or whatever, kind of view the raptors through the glass and so forth. So it was kind of a cool design. We didn't really use it for the raptors very long. We ended up turning it into a breeding facility. And the reason we did that is we needed a small area that we could bring them into, that they couldn't get too far apart while they're in a wandering zone, wandering ability, whatever you want to call it, wandering mode. And that way they could kind of breed in here. And then we built this nice little refrigerated, cooled, heated area inside where we could place the egg once they had laid the fertilized egg. We had some refrigerators and stuff and a generator going in here. That way we had some food ready for them to go at all times. And you could kind of just walk around and do whatever here. This thatch here is because we had a few dinos in here that if they got all the way over here and the other one was way over here, it was a little too far for them. So we had to put that up just so they could stay a little bit closer to each other. We even got a trough built inside here that they could eat off of, that we could come and fill up without actually coming into the main building through the doors and stuff. We'd just come in through this side door over there. So let's move on to the next part here. We're gonna kind of go all the way down this way and show you the next little building. This is kind of our little cottage area. Just kind of a cool little place to kind of hang out. It's kind of a neat design and kind of a little warm feeling place. So I guess we have here a little bit of some crops going on inside. We have the industrial cooker there, so we can make some dyes and paints and so forth. That box is just full of dyes, and a nice little fireplace. And I don't know, it's just kind of neat. It's a little cottage kind of feel, you know, log cabin, but not really log cabin kind of feel, but modern, you know. As you can see there, these are the reinforced wood panels. These are kind of part of the mod. It's same with the glass panels here. So just kind of a nice little cool room, hang out, do whatever. Got a couple storage chests there. Just kind of fun for the look and design. That's pretty much kind of all we built it for. Let's move on here to the next building here. This is actually our dino pen, and we will start out over here. There's a gate up front for most of them to get in. Of course, a door. So once you're in here, you can kind of see our collection of dinos. We've had much more than these, but we've kind of had to cut back basically because of size constraints. And then once you start getting too many dinos, it gets real laggy, and we just don't like it. So try to only use what we need, usually about 3 of each or so. We kind of built this little platform area with the ramps. We have them set up to where if they actually lay eggs or poop, for the most part, it's easier for us to kind of get under and collect it without all the tails whacking us. Most of you guys know the tails are just, it can drive you crazy, especially if you're in a confined area like this. So we got that, got some saber-tooths and some dire wolves, just kind of a collection of everything. We haven't really done a bunch of everything just because we don't really need it, we don't really use it. We got some of those new raptors that help enhance the laying of eggs and so forth. We got a generator downstairs, this little hatch area that you can kind of go down and see the generators kind of enclosed there. This is a PvE server, so we're not too worried about people attacking or doing anything crazy. In fact, there's several restrictions on the server, so you can't even do that kind of stuff at all, which is kind of nice. We spent too many hours on these PvP servers, and people come in just a few minutes and destroy everything. There's no way, especially if you're joining a server kind of late. So next here we have kind of an upstairs little area that you can come in and come upstairs all the way. And this here is the kind of the bird den, or whatever you want to call it, where we can park all the birds, kind of fly in. You come through these upper gates here. It's kind of cool. It's pretty nice and simple. It's clean. My brother actually, Chainsaw, he spent most of the time building this one. So most of the design elements in this particular building are all his. So it's pretty cool, and I like it, and it really helps us keep the animals organized. My brother Chainsaw, he went a little crazy on breeding these Argentavises. He really loves them, so we got a ton of them for some reason, but it's all good. We use them occasionally, otherwise they're just there. Alright, let's move on. We got some mammoths. These two here are Gigas and some T-Rexes that we got. Most of them are pretty high level, over 180, 200, stuff like that. Got a couple workhorses here, and some of our Quetzals. You might also notice here we have these little pedestals set up all the way around the base, and we planned on doing these little turret guns on all of them, but since they're going to be wiping it out, we're not too concerned about it anymore, so we're just going to kind of let it go for now. But it's kind of fun to sit up here, and there's a lot of herbivores that kind of pop up in this particular area. It's fun to just kind of pick them off. I know it's cruel, but whatever. So we got some Sarcos here, and let me show you this. Here we have a large foundation area down here, and inside this particular area is kind of our farming and garden area. Really cool, kind of modern, glassed in, like greenhouse kind of look. Got 16 large plots, so we can do a lot of farming if we need to. There's nothing in here now. Like I said, we just haven't really worked on that kind of stuff since it's going to be resetting the server and stuff. We basically just run off of water tanks. We really didn't want to run water all the way down below. We could have, but it's just kind of tacky and doesn't look good. So this was kind of cool. It's very modern, kind of cool and sleek looking. We did run some water over on that cottage area there, just because it was already there from when we were originally were building in this area. We got some refrigerators in here, a safe, some compost bins. So this is kind of the all-in-one stop shop for gardening and all that good old stuff. Next, let's move on here. You might have noticed there's a little room here, and inside of this room there's a generator, and you'll notice a pillar there and some ladders. Well, if we head out, you may have noticed there's some pillars here. And bear in mind, as I said, this is a PvE server, so we're not too worried about people destroying your base. In fact, they can't even do it on this particular one. But so we were, I personally was inspired by the movie Oblivion with Tom Cruise, and I kind of wanted to build this building based on the one that's in the movie. And it's really cool. It's this building that's kind of on this pedestal way up in the sky, super modern kind of looking stuff. And of course we can't do modern stuff in Ark Survival Evolved. All of it's kind of this grungy old metal rusted kind of look stuff, but with some of this reinforced wood and some of the glass, it was kind of what inspired me to do this. So if you take a look at here up top, you can kind of see there is the structure up in the sky. So let's kind of fly up here and you guys can see what's going on. All right. So it's kind of, like I said, it's inspired after the one in the movie. Obviously, you can't make it look nearly as good and fancy, but The whole entire structure is all built off this one pedestal, and that's why there's so much foundation work downstairs. Is due to Ark's physics and ways of building, you kind of have to have all that, despite the single pillar that's actually holding it up. All those foundations have to be down there. So you can kind of come up that ladder there in case you ever needed to. For the most part, we just fly our birds up, but if you needed to, there's a ladder that goes all the way up and inside. So let's take a look here. This is the kind of the landing pad for the we primarily use Argentavises, sometimes the Pteranodons, but mainly the Argies. And this is kind of inspired after the actual movie and the structure. They had the little spaceship parked on it. So let's work on our way over here. And this was kind of fun. We discovered that the glass structure doesn't actually have much reflection or refraction or anything, so it kind of looks pretty clear. And it's pretty trippy when you're walking on it and you see your character up above and you're so high. It's just kind of a cool, neat little feature. We built this little deck here, and it's got some benches and so forth. We're going to do a little more out here, but for the time being, we just never did it. Up top here is another little spot for kind of landing some birds or whatever. We parked some of the Quetzals up here, especially when we're transporting goods back and forth from here to our mountain base, which I'm going to show you the mountain base right after this one here. So this kind of works pretty well. We got a couple turrets up here and so forth. They don't really get a chance to shoot anything because nothing dangerous comes over this way, and it won't shoot other players because it's PvE. So let's go on downstairs here. Inside, we tried to keep it just kind of clean and simple, and we got some of the drums, a little area on the map and so forth, a little bench to kind of look out the window. It's pretty scenic, kind of cool. We use the industrial grill basically just for looks, because we don't really even use it. This particular server has a mod that has a stove in it, or oven, that actually cooks the meat and preserves it at the same time. It's pretty nice. A couple preserving bins. This is kind of the library art area. We were planning on doing some artwork and putting that all around. All your blueprints for saddles and weapons and miscellaneous stuff, and a couple chairs. Just kind of a cool little spot. So we designed it, we tried to hide most of the important stuff so that you couldn't really see it from the outside, or very little of it at least. You know, if somebody was kind of coming around trying to peek in with the little prying eyes and see what you got. So if you head on back here, we have this room here, and to the right, this is kind of what you'd call the kitchen area. This is got some refrigerators. This is a kibble-o-matic that you can make kibble for all the different animals. It's kind of a cool little mod. This is the stove that I was talking about. There's some safes here, which these vaults are awesome, part of the mod also, because instead of that one gigantic vault, there's some smaller ones which are much more secure than the storage chests and so forth, but you can actually use them in a small area, which is works wonders, and you can stack them. It's pretty amazing. Ark definitely needs to include this in the legitimate part of it. We have some alchemy kits here, which are kind of an advanced mortar and pestle used for making recipes and things of that sort. Fabricator, super fabricator, which is part of the mods again. It's what helps you to make particular items like the reinforced wood and the glass panels and so forth. This is Chainsaw. He's off at work this week, so he's hopped up there in his Christmas outfit because we're going through this winter wonderland mod right now. So he's gonna kind of crashed out. We store all of our silica pearls and oil, obsidian, and certain items like that we use a lot of here in the fabricators, electronics, polymer, that kind of stuff. Over here is kind of the little bedroom area. It's got the new bunk beds, which is so much nicer than the old beds. A little safe for where we can keep personal items that we use from time to time or whatever. Paint bucket, because we do a lot of armor and weapon painting. Here's the weapons. This one's just full of guns and weapons and everything of that sort. This one's full of armor. And then this one's just full of bullets. Tranq darts, regular bullets, advanced rifle, all that good stuff is all up in here. So it's kind of cool. It keeps everything nice and clean and simple. Real easy to use. Let's head on back out here. And downstairs, this is kind of the primary fabric, not really fabricating, but I don't know, crafting and storage area. So downstairs we have a bunch of mortar pestles, which we don't even use anymore because of other parts of the mod. And if you head down here, you can see all the different vaults that we have all stacked up. That holds everything from chitin to wood to hide, all of that kind of stuff. And these are so nice because they're stackable. They're not that big, and they actually hold a little bit more than the regular storage chests. They're much more secure, and they look so much better, I think, especially in this kind of modern look and feel, We got a couple of the forges here. We don't even really use them. They were only used for charcoal, I think, at one time. And I'll show you why we don't really use them much anymore, and so forth. Some larger vaults here. These are the medium-sized vaults and more small ones there. The medium ones are full of metal and cementing paste, super important things like that we use quite often. We have a lot of regular old smithy, good for all that good stuff. And then this here, these are furnaces, and these things are amazing. In this particular mod, they allow you to have these furnaces which will make metal ingots and glass panes and a few other items that we don't really use. But the metal is awesome because it makes several ingots at a time. So it's not just one at a time like the traditional forges. It makes several at a time, and it runs off of electricity, which is a huge plus. No more need for a bunch of gas and all this different things that you need to toss in here, wood and spark powder and everything. It's just one generator that powers all of these things, including all your lights and air conditioners and refrigerators, all that kind of stuff. It's like an amazing way to do it. These things also smelt down crystal and make glass panes, which is used for all the glass panels. We have these cool lights going on. These are a lot more modern looking than the industrial ones that are built into Ark. We have several of them, but the way Ark deals with lights is kind of strange. It's just way bright, too bright most of the time. So we only have a couple of them on at a time. And that's kind of pretty much it for this particular base. Here's that hatch, like I said, if you can go down and work your way. It's kind of scary when you're doing all this because the ladder's on the edge. But yeah, guys, this is kind of the main base here. And you can, let me fly out a little bit. You can kind of take a look at the whole thing. And whoop, looks like something attacked something over here. Everything's all moved. Go figure. I think there was an Argentavis or something that was flying around out here just a minute ago. Usually we don't even get those, but I saw one earlier. So anyways, I'm going to teleport, zoom on over to the mountain base, which is on the volcano. A lot of the people here on this particular server build up there. So I will be right back, guys. Alright guys, I'm back here, and we are up here at the volcano area. You can see, got a little bit, it's still loading in. I just zoomed over here so it hasn't had a chance to load everything. This is the volcano area. You can see that several people build up and around here. It's a great place for resources, as most of you guys know. So we just kind of stick to our own and do our own little thing, but and you kind of claim your own spot. So this is ours here. We kind of went for this glass industrial kind of look for it. Kind of a cool little design, something simple. It's nothing too fancy or complicated, but came out pretty cool. Let me show you a few of the cool little features about it, and we'll get on here. So got some benches and stuff outside, a little table. There's another turret. Sometimes we get some Argentavises up this way. We take them down. Another bench and so forth. Kind of a deck and rail that goes all the way around. It's kind of cool. It's nice. So what's really cool about this is we're able to take our Quetzals down into the mountain. You can see there's several of them down there as we speak, and one with industrial forges strapped onto its back. So we can take the Quetzal down there, mine a bunch of stuff. Those things have amazing weight. We'll get metal and crystal and all that good stuff. Fly it on back up, and it's cool because we can go through these behemoth gates, and there's enough room in here that we can actually park the Quetzal right here in the middle. and it makes it for easy transfer between the Quetzal and the industrial forges. These things cook metal like crazy, and especially with the the rates turned up, it's even more insane. It's just awesome. So we'll park that guy right in here. It makes it easy to transfer it from the burn to the industrial forge. Then we have 2 safes on each side that holds all the metal, and it works awesome. It's just a great little method to be able to get all this metal refined really quickly. This is kind of we have a little base here on the inside. This is kind of a home away from home little area. So we have armor and weapons and all that kind of good stuff here also, just in case we're not going to be back at the main base anytime soon. So let's go on inside. Inside is where we kind of store all the secure stuff and items. More vaults and fabricators and generators. We've got some more furnaces up here because there's a lot of crystal, so it's great for making the glass panes. They weigh a lot less than the crystal. Smithy, paint, so forth. And this was kind of a unique little design that we did here. You can kind of walk out into this completely glassed in room, and the elevator actually comes up from the bottom there through the glass. Thank you, Arc Physics. Comes up through the glass floor and will pick you up, and it's pretty cool because it's got this really nice scenic view that you can kind of see top of the mountains. It's just kind of cool. And once you're up, this is kind of more of the living quarters here. There's our other tribe mate. His name's Alcatraz, kind of mid-floor there. And you know, it's got a table and chairs and a refrigerator and stove, all that kind of stuff. We've got a couple artifacts, or 1 artifact for now. Up here, industrial grill again, just kind of for looks. It's very cool and modern looking. Some bunk beds and chairs, you know, plenty of places for us to spawn in if we need to. Just kind of make it look like a little more homely and kind of stuff. We got a chimney and so forth, and there's also a deck out here that you can kind of walk out and view other areas or whatever you need to do. Maybe even transfer stuff from the bird, because you can kind of bring the bird up close enough. And you'll notice here we have another elevator which goes through the floor yet again. And so if you click this one, it takes you on up like this, and we have another little glassed in room up here. It's pretty cool because we can keep some of the smaller birds up here that you know, kind of we use to transfer back and forth, just us when we're not really moving items and stuff between the both bases. Because our other base is way down south, probably middle south, so it's quite a ways away. Not too bad, but these guys are probably some of our fastest birds that we have here. You could even fit another Quetzal up here if you needed to. It's kind of tight, but you can. So that's about it, guys. It's kind of our base and our designs that we've kind of been spending a bunch of time on. We're kind of sad to see it go, but we're excited for kind of a season 2 kind of relaunch going on. Some new servers and a new location, and I have some really cool videos planned that I want to do. Some building, kind of building tutorials and things of that sort. I have some really cool small building designs where if you're just starting out, or if you're on a PvP and you want to make a building that kind of encompasses everything that you need, but in the smallest footprint possible. I'm kind of working on some of those. We're going to do some more fun videos and stuff like that. So I'm excited to kind of get this thing going for you guys, and kind of see where it goes. So I hope you guys like. If you could, like and subscribe and so forth, and do all that good fancy stuff. And until next time, peace out.